Hello, Moobit here, your friendly media manager from Gaming.co.uk, Moobitmedia, and all that other lovely stuff with a quick tech unboxing review, first initial thoughts kind of a thing. And this time, well, new phone time. I've been scouring the net and holding off on getting a new phone because I've got Old Faithful, a Samsung Galaxy S3, which I used to tether with a Nexus 7 2013 edition or an iPad, depending on what I'm doing at the time, and it's working out pretty fine. But yeah, it's pretty much time to upgrade now. I'm getting a bit bored of the old school stuff, although I'm still having to say old school on one of the specs, but more on that in a second. And it was between the phone I'm about to show you and waiting to see what the new iPhone, should I say, is like, which, I'm probably not going to use it anyway. I've already got an iDevice already, so, you know, I thought I'd, you know, there's no point having a phone as well. To me, I do like Android, I do like the open sourceness of it. It's not for everybody, but for a tech nerd like me who likes to sort of fiddle about with it and make it do apps that it's not designed to do, all that kind of stuff, brilliant stuff. Also, the Android Wear phone watches are all out, and they're pretty good from all the testing I've been doing, travelling around, so I'll probably end up getting one of those at one point. So it's between that and waiting for the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, but which is obviously coming out in September. The flip side of that is the Note 4 really isn't. I think the pen would be good for me for doing photoshopping work and stuff like that, but then on the flip side I do use the iPad a lot for that, so I've kind of already got the setup for it, and the Note 4 is obviously going to be a lot more expensive. It's a much more known brand, and I do like an underdog, even because the underdog is actually the better spec of them all. I mean, if you look at Android rooms and things like that, the Note 4 is going to be pretty much the same specs or even slightly lower, so that's why I went for this, which is the LG G3. So hopefully you guessed that right. By the way, do you like my outside studio? I thought I'd get out of the basement for a change today. So I'm in the garden because it's nice and you've got natural light, and I haven't got a film light here, so I don't know what this is going to look like, but there we go. We've got a dual camera set up here. I don't know if you can see that slightly off screen, but yeah, G3. We're going to do basically an unboxing right now and see what my first thoughts are. I've had a little play with them in the shop, and I've you know, I've been looking at all the reviews online, and they are just exemplary. I mean, the people are screaming about this thing. But let's have a look at the packaging, shall we? Here we go. Camera 2. But here we are. That is the LG G3 box. Lovely little design. You know, I mean, Apple started all this, let's face it, so, you know, give Apple their due, and they're all doing it. It's got a lovely shiny metallic kind of tactile feel. You can't really see that so much on the big screen now, I'm not sure. It's not coming across on the actual on the monitor here, but it might do when I come back. Anyway, so we've got the LG G3 as part of the Global Mobile Awards 2014. I think it's the winner of it. Kind of angled box, really, like a chocolatey brown underneath, and there's your tech specs for the G3 itself, which incidentally it comes packaged with Android 4.4, so yay, newest version of KitKat right there. 2.5 gig processor, which is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801, of course. What else we got on there? We've got the 1 watt speaker there. 3 gig RAM and 2 gig RAM. Now unfortunately this is the 16 gig model. It comes in 16 gig and 32 gig, but on the high street you can't really get them, and weirdly enough, rather than buying them outright online, it was actually cheaper to get it on the high street, which is just blew my mind. But the only problem is the only one they've got in is the 16 gig hard drive, which I'm not too fussed about. You know, I've got a 64 meg card which will go straight in it, but the 16 gig comes with 2 gigs of RAM, and the 32 gigs comes with 3 gigs of RAM. So for future proofing, not quite as good with the 2 and 3 gig, although performance when I've been playing with it does seem quite snappy either way, so hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. I'll be upgrading in less than a year anyway, possibly. So for me, it's okay. But if you're going to be taking out one of those really long-winded 2-year contracts, just bear that in mind. That you know, you've got your 2 gig RAM in there, and it might start slowing down by the time you get towards your 2nd year. You know, with the apps getting better and better all the time. It's a 5.5-inch screen, which is 2K, first 2K screen on a mobile. Some would say, what's the point? Well, yeah. On a screen that small, probably isn't that much of a point. It is noticeably slightly sharper when it's right next to the Samsung S5, for example, which it was displayed like that in the shop. It is noticeably sharper, but some would say the colours on the Samsung are slightly better. Depends on what you're after, really. It's all about the storage, 3G, 4G and LTE of course, and a 300 milliamp hour battery, weighing it at 149 grams. So there we go, there's the box. You probably know all that already. Let's get it cracked open, shall we? I'm looking forward to this. This is the best part, unboxings. And I know, you know, unboxings are kind of lame, but whatever. I'm just going to take this off screen for a slight bit because it do not accept if seal is broken. It's going to get broken now. Right, so here we go. There's the box. Let's see if we can get that off. Oh, that's a bit sharpish. There we are. And there's the phone in all its glory. We'll put that like that. And in fact, look at it nicely lined up, shall we? There's the phone in all its glory. Shiny. Obviously very hard to do a mobile phone review on camera because of the shiny. You can probably even make just about pick me up, maybe not. Anyway, you've got this lovely thing on here. It's very light. Obviously it's not got a battery in it yet, I'm guessing, but even with a battery in, the one thing I was feeling, it's very light. And as you can see right here, it actually, although it's a massive screen, you know, you've got that that 5.5-inch screen there, which on a phone on paper is huge, but it's completely bezel-less, as you can see right here. Not much of a bezel at all. Obviously just a little bit of bezel at front and back, and the design wise it's actually curved on the back. Can you see that? So it actually goes really thin at the ends. It does, your hand does fit around it really nicely. So it doesn't feel like a 5-inch screen. You can easily reach to the side. I mean, I've got quite long thumbs, but you know, you can easily reach to the side there. It feels secure enough. And yeah, it's quite a good bit of engineering by LG, I think. Just the fact that this phone, in terms of real estate there, isn't that much bigger than a Galaxy or anything like that. So if you've had an Android phone in the last couple of years, chances are you won't be put off by this. It does feel okay. And all the Apple fanboys are going on about it. Obviously, remember, you're getting an iPhone about this size in September as well. So yeah, get used to it. They're only going to get bigger. Little lovely peel on there. Quad 4K. There's your Snapdragon. You've got your laser sensor on your camera right there. Very sharpish and nice. Should help it actually. There's your laser right there. Which should help the camera focus a heck of a lot quicker than other models. I will be doing a report on this in about a week's time once I've had a fair use of the camera itself. That's the main reason I bought it. It records in 2K video as well, so very good for a videographer like myself or a YouTuber such as yourself. But I'll give you my thoughts on that once I've actually had it out in the field and see if it's actually worth all the hype that you've been reading. Trying to get this so you can't get a tree in the way. So yeah, let's put the phone to one side for a moment because I know I can't wait to get the plastic off, but we'll wait for a second. And inside the box itself, we have got, if I'm going to swap sides, there we go. Inside the box itself, we have got quick start guide, usual thing. You have got your plug, very minimal these days, Android phones, so you've got a quick start guide, a plug, as you would expect. You've got your USB cable right there. And the battery, of course, which I'll be putting that in a moment. And then underneath, Quad Beat 2 premium earphones, wherever they are. It's a little thought actually. Do you guys use the headphones that come bundled with your mobile? Chances are you didn't, or you don't if you're anything like a tech geek like me. I never do, especially the Apple ones. They're just rubbish, but they are getting better. I test software on phones quite a lot, and we've just been messing about with the headphones as well, and the ones in this last year, they are actually getting a lot better. So maybe we won't even need to buy, you know, some new Sennheisers or anything like that at £40, £50 up to £100 a pop, if these sound okay. So we'll give those a whirl as well, I think. So there's the box. Let's do the best bit and get the plastic off, and then we'll go from there. In fact, I'm going to do it on the face cam right here. So there we go. There's your tour around the actual phone itself. In fact, we'll do that on here. There's your tour around the phone. As you'll notice, no buttons on the side. You've got your USB port right there and your headphone jack at the bottom. You have got the microphone, obviously, is that hole there. The actual buttons themselves are on the back. Laser, camera lens, flash, and then you've got your up and down volume keys, or, you know, will be mapped accordingly to the app. And then you've got your on-off button just there. Takes a bit getting used to, I've heard, but once you're used to it, you kind of, you know, you don't really notice it. I mean, I've got my phone, let's put it in my hand there, just casually, and of course, my finger was already there, so it's kind of, and it is raised. It is quite high raised button, so you can feel it on the back without even looking, which is quite good. And the volume buttons are indented, so again, you can feel those with your finger without having to look where you're going. And I'm sure you just get used to it after a while. Anyway, onto the face cam, because here's the best bit. Oh yes, peeling the plastic off, the best bit of any tech nerd. So we've got the plastic right there. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm such a nerd. In fact, we need to get this in big screen glory. Let's swap to the big screen. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Check this out. Oh, hear that, listen to that. Oh yes, there you go. So yeah, that's got to be the best bit when buying new tech, don't you think? And there it is, very shiny. And there's me, hello! Hello! So yes, it does reflect quite badly. Time will tell whether that actually affects its performance in use every day. Hopefully it won't. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing. What I'm going to do is get the battery in, and then we're going to, I might give you a little quick tour of the initial setup just at the end of this video, but if not, I'll be on a separate video. And I'll actually sync this up with the Chromecast so we can get a full screen HD signal there, and show you around the phone itself, show you some of the features, and show you whether it's, you know, hopefully help you decide whether it's worth picking up. So yeah. There we go, unboxing of the LG G3. We'll be right back after this with a rundown of the features. So, ta-ra!
I like to move it, bit.